It is always a good time for football here in the city of Pittsburgh. Welcome to Acrisure Stadium. Today, a good scrap in the AFC North. It's the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And we're underway from Pittsburgh. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So here are the Browns now, heading state products. It's Shedeur Sanders.
People who get stuck on the last name or draft day fall will lose sight of the QB that this guy can be in the NFL. Confidence is a funny thing, especially from the outside, to judge what it may look like, what it may sound like, but I know this. You've got to have to play in this league.
Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Out of the gun, here's Sanders.
What the?
And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it. But it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down. The Browns are lining up to punt. Begins his return at the 16. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. They're led out by one of the game's most tenured veterans and most decorated quarterbacks of all time, Aaron Rodgers.
I think it's safe to say, Kate, Aaron Rodgers may be one of the most polarizing figures in the NFL, but there is nobody who will question his ability to spin a football different than everybody else. Just ask his receivers, tight ends, running backs, anybody that's ever played with him. He elevates their game, and he often elevates his own game to an MVP kind of level.
At the 33-yard line.
On 2nd down, Warren. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Became Metcalf, the intended receiver. So it's 2nd down coming up. Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. Gets this one to Freiermuth. And he's going to bring this down to their 35. So a 27-yard pickup on that play. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
And the Steelers, 1st down.
Warren running between the tackles. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock Hewitt, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you've got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards. Read and react. Read and react. Read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Rodgers going to throw here, 3rd down. This finds its target. That's Metcalf. They stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. Trying an inside give to Warren. And give him 4 yards before he stopped, Brock. It's 2nd down.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
And he stopped as we get closer to our first points of this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
That's good for us Steelers. 1st down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Give here to Warren. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on second and goal.
Pretty easy for me to play armchair quarterback up here and say I just don't like that call on 1st and 5, especially when you get nothing from it. Man, that one stings.
There's another for it. And his defense standing tall. They keep him out of the end zone. This opening drive has reached the 5. Can they find 6 now on 3rd and goal? Now they're looking to throw with Broncos. And it is caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Chris Boswell for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Send this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Onto the field comes the Browns offense for the second time. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive.
Check.
Here's Judkins to begin the drive. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point. No one open on that play, so he's going to chuck this to another county. Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. A little screen pass for Judkins. And they have this one well contained. There's the stop for a loss now. 4th down coming up. That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. 7-0 is our score. More from Acrisure Stadium. We're ready now for the second quarter. Browns in control of it. They're looking at a punt, though, facing 4th down. Takes it in at the 26. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense for their second drive of the game. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. That sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
Here's Rodgers on 1st and 10. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Carson Schlesinger. And the Browns take over after forcing the first turnover of this ballgame. The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff here for Judkins. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. With the wrong way on 1st down, Brock. Here comes 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
Operating from the gun. Here's Sanders. And the steel curtain just too much. He's taken down. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way. And that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down. Third and long for him here. He fires one deep down the left sideline. The defender was waiting for that one to make a play on it. Knocked it away, forcing 4th down. They'll punch another one away. Corey Bajorquez returning to the field. Calvin Austin on the return for the Steelers. Takes it in at the 21. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Steelers and Jaylen Warren headed back out there offensively. And we've seen both extremes of this passing game so far, Brock. One touchdown and one interception on the ledger.
A home run and a strikeout. A little sampling of what works and what doesn't against this defense, Kate. Now, got to try to emphasize those things that you found success on with that opening drive.
And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Rodgers from the gun. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. They'll throw 3rd and long. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on 3rd down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
The Steelers calling their first time out. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. The offense is not coming off this field. They're trying it on 4th and 7. Off play action. Here's Rodgers. He's out here midfield and still going. And he takes this into enemy territory to the 48-yard line. Forget that was 4th down. That is an impressive 22-yard pickup on any play. And that gets him a first down. On the ground with Warren. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And he takes this to the 38, so it's going to be 3rd and very short.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
It's Warren on 3rd down. And they're going to bring him down just as we've come up to the 2-minute warning. And we are still waiting for the scoring for anybody really to get going as we've hit our 2-minute warning. The Steelers leading the way here in Acrisure. New set of downs for them from the 31. First down throw here by Rodgers. Thielen's got it. It's complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drop.
Isn't holding on. They're able to drop it. Looking quickly here.
A loss of 9 on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
And they'll throw this instead, trying to catch him off guard. And that one falls incomplete. An unexpected call, but it does not get the better of them defensively. And that offense isn't budging. They're going for it. They'll go for it. Rodgers. He's got his man. This is Austin. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. They'll come up on 1st and 10.
That's another Steelers.
Warren here from the gun. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. Finds his back, Jalen Warren. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here, and it's going to bring up 3rd down. So we have a 1-score game here at the break. Now it's time for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Scott Hansen, take it away. The call came in before the teams even hit the locker rooms. We're skipping halftime. We're starting the 3rd quarter right away. And here is Schmidt to send this away. Kenneth Gainwell now to return. And And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Out comes Pittsburgh. Its offense has it to begin the third quarter. And they take the field in good but not great shape, Brock. They've got that lead, but no doubt they'd love to see it grow.
Yeah, and just having the lead does take some pressure off. It doesn't change the sense of urgency. It's always on tilt in the NFL, but it should allow them to operate a little more freely.
And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
On first down, Warren. Again, he hits the second level. And he's finally marked down at the 46-yard line. He's been a fixture for them all game, and all signs indicate, Brock, he's going to remain one in the time we've got left.
Yeah, they've leaned on him in certain spots, and he has shouldered the load oh so well. Put together a game that everyone's happy with.
Going to the ground again on first. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. And it's Carson Swessinger who got over there for the stop.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first. All set to go now from the 35.
First down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Now Warren. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
319.
Play fake. Here's Rodgers. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. They'll air it out on 3rd. Finds him on the crossing route. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Good for us Steelers. First down.
They go with Warren on the run. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on right.
And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
What a great sign to start the second half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Steelers grow the lead coming out of halftime. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Boswell to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Steelers double their lead to 14. Now Boswell on to send this away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. The Cleveland offense back out and getting set for the drive. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
You know, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback in his offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
On the give, here's Judkins. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. New set of downs from 37. So To the air on first down. Sanders. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Jerry Jeudy, the intended receiver. And we'll see what they do here on second down. From the pistol, here's Junkins. And a decent run, gets about 4. It's going to be third down.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune third down situation.
That one's caught by Tillman. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. 7 yards on that pickup. And that's going to be good for a Cleveland first down.
First down.
Here we go, here we go. 65, 6.
3 quarters in the books from this one. It's the Browns football. They're down, but not out on the scoreboard. To the line and set. Here we go, first down.
Come on, set.
Working out of the gun, Sanders. Caught by his running back, Judkins. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns now within 1 score in the 4th.
Let's go now.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And he goes down, the pressure gets home, and they will not take another 2 off that lead.
You spend all week on two-point plays, trying to get to your best options, but ultimately sometimes the execution of that pass, it doesn't work.
On the return, here's Gainwell. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Steelers and Jalen Warren headed back out there offensively. Their last drive contained a heavy dose of the ground game, a little old-school dominance on the way to a touchdown, Brock. Let's see if they stick with it or if they go aerial this time around. To the air on first down, Rogers. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Well, we've talked about this before, Brock. The thinking's simple but effective. We'll stop getting it to this guy when you find a way to stop him, and they have yet to do that today.
You know, there's just certain things up in this booth that I love. I think you could feel it emanating from me. And one of them is when you impose your will, and you don't back away from it. If they can't stop it, run it right at them.
And he has it right near midfield here. It's like about a yard short. So 20 yards on that play. And the Steelers have a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
58. 58.
They run with Warren. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain. Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Play action here with Rogers. This is a heater going deep. And back-to-back passes that should have been intercepted. 2 great chances to take it away. Both of them dropped, Brock, and now they stay out there for 3rd down. Now hand it off to Warren. And the defense holds up. Got him stopped after a yard. That forces 4th down.
49-yard line. A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
The Steelers set to punt it. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. Oh, and they fake it. No place to go. They get him to the turf and force a turnover on downs.
You know, in these situations, Kate, you got to be a great actor. That time, the punt unit defensively was not buying anything they were selling. That's a big stop on the fake punt.
Rocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the drive begins with a rough first first step there. That's going to bring up second down.
Second down.
Out of the gun, here's Sanders. Now here he goes. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there, no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
He's back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that is 3 sacks for this defense in this contest, and that one forces a fourth down. Offense staying out there. Looks like they're going for it. Desperation time here on fourth. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns down by only 2 in the fourth. Now Sanders. It's caught. And he gets into the end zone. This one all tied up here in the fourth quarter. Well, you know this better than most, Brock. Screens normally leave some rushers to come free, but still, it's not often you get roughing the passer on one.
No, it isn't, but I think of Tom Brady. To me, not only the greatest QB sneaker in the game, but he was one of the great screen masters, too. He understood how to sell a screen, draw those defenders to him, and like the QB did right there, sometimes they'll even tee off and you get the penalty.
From the gun, give to Gainwell. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Steelers pushing to get within range for a game winner. The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. Here he is to throw. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. No luck on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll run now with Warren. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6.
Throwing now. Caught into the hands of Freiermuth. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10. Counterplay here, Warren. Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. And they make the stop after giving up 6 yards. Good run on first. It's 2nd down. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Warren once more. Well, that's not what the offense dialed up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down. Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its 2nd.
3rd down and 6.
To throw. He spies its target. That's Metcalf. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
They like to...
Now hang on. They want to take another look at this play. And a very important call coming up late in this game. So what we're all looking for here, did he secure the catch and maintain it while also getting both feet down?
Yeah, this is why it's a perfect look. This is why teams scout body control and field awareness for these pass catchers. For moments like this. He did not have much margin for error, and it happens oh so fast.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Well, good thing they reviewed it, because after further examination, the call on the field has changed. Now to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs.
Incomplete.
Cleveland about ready to go. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
He'll look to throw it. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. David Njoku, the guy he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 28.
Setting up to pass. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be pushed down up near that 40-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down. So fresh set of downs now from the 39. Back to throw. That's the rookie from Texas hauling it in. No gain after the catch, but the gain's still out across midfield. They're to the 45.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the
Sanders going to throw here on first. Short pass brought in. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a Browns first down.
First down, Browns.
Hey!
From the gun, Judkins fights his way through a tackle. Good running here on first down as he works his way forward for about 8. Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on second down. Operating from the gun, here's Sanders. Oh my goodness, it's intercepted! Cole Holcomb has it! And the Steelers get the football just short of their 20 after the interception and return.
Take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's first and 10. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up second and 9.
That's going to do it for regulation. So some bonus football in store for all those fans in the stands. We're headed for overtime.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
From the jaws of defeat, they snatch this game away. And now we're off in overtime to decide it. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. The Browns getting their offense out there. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Nice field position here for the Browns as they start out first and 10. Judkins running between the tackles. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Now the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
To the air, Sanders. Judkins on the drop down. And he'll get it only the 38-yard line before going down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Throw left side, complete. Ooh, and he's out of bounds before he can break it upfield.
Never eat shredded wheat. Northeast, south, and west, right, Kate? And I like on third downs, north and south. You start going east to west and eating that wheat, you could run into problems just like that.
And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The Steeler offense set to get back on the field. Their defense got off the field clean, Brock, and now their offense runs on knowing that any points are going to end this game.
Now, you want to look up complimentary football in the football dictionary, this might be the most important time for it. One side of the ball makes a stand, while the other side gets a chance to go win it.
He beams one, deep right side. Oh, big interception here. Rashawn Jenkins makes the play. And the Browns surprise them with the interception and now have a chance to win this game. All set to go now from the 35. Here's Judkins on first down. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yard to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground, you can throw beyond the sticks, really create some indecision now defensively.
Here's Judkins on second down. Hit behind the line, that ball's loose. And the Steelers get to it. Only a little bit of a run after he recovered the fumble, but their offense is going to be happy as they take over possession. Good field position as the Steelers come up to it, 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Warren. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Rodgers off the play action. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He was looking DK Metcalf's way there. And that brings up 4th and long. Biggest play of OT, the offense is going for it. 4th down now, Rodgers. That'll be the 1st and more. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10.
And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Staying between the tackles with Gainwell. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss, we've got 2nd and 11. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
It's an 8-yard gain, and things looking a whole lot better now. 3rd and 3 upcoming.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 3.
Looking to throw it. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
So the pass on that long 52-yard field goal attempt, they're going for it. Here he is to throw. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. And that is exactly what they were after, Brock. A good 8-yard run there on 1st down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Flip to the kicker. Oh, he's running! And they'll mark him down there after the dive.
You learn over the course of these years in these games there are right times and wrong times to run a fake in that situation. Well, that was one of the wrong times in the defense.
And he reaches the end zone. That is a game-winning touchdown. It all came down to the situation they hoped for. The ball in their QB's hands with a chance to win it. And he came through when it mattered most.
And all you really do and hope for in that moment, and when it arrives, is you got the right man under center for the job, and in this moment, he was that dude.
The fans, all right, here we go, Steelers, as they take the win on the North Shore. And it took some extra effort, Brock, some bonus football before they were finally able to separate from the opposition and earn that hard-fought victory. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Pittsburgh.